Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do the Terminator Sector Wars or Sector War, issue number 2 from Dark Horse Comics by Brian Wood and Jeff Stokely. And we're going to continue a review, from the last issue. Real quick, if you like my channel, you like what you see, I hope you consider joining my content by subscribing to my channel. That would be great. Anyway, so this is 1984. The Punisher. Oh man, what is wrong with me? The Terminator, well, he punishes too, but then in a different way. So this is 1984, he's looking for a New York Police Department officer called Lucy Castro. He wants to kill her for, well, it gives a little bit away here, which I have a small problem with because the reason... what does it say? She has an unborn son. I didn't know that because it wasn't, highlighted in the first one. So I would rather that the one who thought it was a good idea to spoil that for me, kept it a secret because I don't want him to get spoiled. I barely see any trailers because of movies. Because there's so much in there that spoils everything. Or when it comes to coming out, oh, by the way, the new villain is this guy or that woman, and this is going to happen. Dude, don't tell me that. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. That's why I barely go to comic or trailers. I have a couple of them, but not much. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's move on. So he steals a garbage truck. And there's some pattern here. This guy comes in. Everybody who he meets, or it meets because it's a machine, everybody is very compliant, give him everything he needs. But, well, this guy's a shotgun, so, yeah, in this case I can see it. So he takes it, and this is South Bronx. I've been to America once. It was really fun. I was in, I had a hotel with friends near the Bronx and, Jesus Christ, the Bronx and something. It was 1 year before 9/11. That was, so I saw the Twin Towers at real close. What a sight was that? Really impressive. But I never thought it would look like this because that's not how we see it. Maybe there is, something like that, but, I wasn't there in the 80s. I was... well, let's say 10 years ago, I believe. No, that's not entirely true because 9/11 is way longer ago. Jesus Christ, time flies when you're getting older. Anyway, I'm drifting, so I apologize. So, so this is 90s, 80s, and there's some punk rock club here. Everybody is having a great time, and the officer, what's her name again? Lucy Castro is calling, and I thought to myself, why don't you go to the precinct, right? But that's her plan, but it takes a long drive, it seems, but then she's, I don't know, calling her own phone on the apartment, and she has a boyfriend in last issue, and she says, William, if you dare, you're somehow still alive, but still broke up, you're still a dick. That made me laugh. All right, now I have some problems with this comic, but before we get into, I'm gonna go through the whole comic. Then I'm coming back with the things that I don't like. So, the Terminator's tracking her somehow. And so this guy comes in and I don't know, wants to hit on her. And she's still on the phone and she says, talking to her ex-boyfriend that is not there, you and me still got to talk. And so this guy says, hey, I got you a beer. And she says, I'm on duty. Wait, what? You mean that's not a costume? Now, I don't know what's going on in the Bronx, but there's some crazy shit going on over there. Look at this. People, is there a mosh pit or something? People with butts hanging out and somebody's jumping there. Looks crazy. All right. So, yeah, the Terminator finds her, and he, I don't know. So she wants to go outside, and then just coincidentally, they, he knows that she's there and she's going back inside because, well, this is happening and it looks freaking awesome. And this guy's dead. And a lot of people are dead. And somehow, I don't know what it is, but it looks like an anime-faced character with So it really doesn't, it doesn't add up. So yeah, Terminator is here. And he steps outside, and then she hears a voice that says, "Hey, cop." And "I'm a cop. I'm moonlighting. Castro Bronx 39. DeMarco, London 13, call it in. No radio. It's just us then. I'm putting this clown into dirt." "No," she says. And so Terminator turns around, and yeah, he unloads on this guy. And yeah, he is street pizza. Somewhat. And she's just hiding because, well, he says, "Lucy Castro, come out now, your death is inevitable." She's escaping, you know, she gets in the car, and he goes back in the truck, the garbage truck, and it's just, you know, so there's not a police chase, but a chase, right? And what kind of design is this? It looks like a toy car. So she had enough, and she says, "The hell with this." So she parks this car and has some, I don't know, spikes on the road and a rifle. So yeah, Terminator comes, or drives over the spikes, and, you know, she said, "One goddamn cop killer," right? And then she aims at him, shoots him in the face, and yeah, she thinks it's over. Of course it's not over. It's the Terminator. Come on. And we have 2 issues to go, right? So then she's being greeted by, I don't know, the local gang. Hey, pig, can you read the tags? You're in Papa Osso's territory. Papa don't dick and no swine. You deaf? You listening to me? You killed someone just now, baby cop? And she says, I don't know. She's all, I don't know, confused and all that stuff. "Now you do. Who the hell is that?" And then she's realizing that, oh no, it's just some kind of a machine. It's a Terminator, of course. So yeah, they are unloading on this thing, but it doesn't help. And so the cop says, "The machine's been trying to kill me all night. Papa Oak is not going to freak. It's going to freak. Take me to him. If I'm going to survive, it's not going to happen by the book. It's going to happen in the towers, Papa Osso's territory. The crime boss responsible for 90% of all the arms sales up and down the East Coast. We need more guns. He's got them." And that leads us into the next issue. Well, this is a pretty quick review. Well, the reason for that is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the cop teaming up with the crime boss. It sounds very interesting. And there's some fun bits in here as well. I think my biggest gripe here is there is something lacking here, and that is, well, how do you say? There is some exciting parts, but there's also some very quiet, boring parts. Now, what do I mean with that, right? Now, for instance, it's mostly the sound effects that make it interesting, right? So you got, you know, this guy screaming and, you know, shouting in the mic. But then there's also these quiet parts. So this guy, this Terminator, is hunting the cop, right? Why don't we see, you know, when we look at, if you go back to the movies, we see sometimes through the vision and through the eyes of the Terminator, and we see this, you know, square red screen with dots and with tracking systems and numbers on it, you know, so that you know that we are looking through the Terminator. We don't see that in here in this comic at all. But there's also no sound. It's just quiet panels. This guy, you know, shifting gear. But why don't we see the growling or the growling sound of the, you know, of the motor of this thing, right? Or we see how he is going to track her. I don't know. How does he know where she is? I don't know, right? But then we see here the sound effect, right? Okay, but the sound effect has almost the same, well, probably the same colors as, you know, part of this panel. And it also has the same, what's the word, font. It all looks a little bit samey, if you know what I mean. It's just, if you look at these letters, also, you know, we see them through the whole book. I'm going to show you a couple of pages, right? So, and then we hear as well, why don't we see this crashing sound effect or something, you know, that he's ramming into this wall? Why don't we hear the screams of the people, right? Or maybe some blood spatters here and there. And then we see it here. So it seems that maybe this is a deliberate choice, but I mean, sound effects pulls you also in. You know, if you have the Walt Simonson book with all these very big ka-toom and crashing sounds and whatever, look, you know, and doom, you know, it's very bombastic sound effects. So also, so these people are running away. Nobody's screaming, nobody's calling help or, you know, hey, where are the cops? And, I got my arms crushed or whatever. You can, let's say, when he's opened the door, you hear the clicking sound opening the door, or that he's doing this, you know, with the shotgun. Something, right? But it's just empty panels. Well, not empty when it comes to art, but when it comes to exciting sound effects. And that brings this whole together, and that is lacking in here. For instance, so we see, again, the sound effects is just samey. I don't mind, it looks okay. But, so why do we have a sound effect here and that he's reloading the gun, but then when she's trying to get away, we don't hear the screeching sound of the tires. We don't hear the crashing through the walls. We don't hear, you know, maybe a dialogue that she says, oh man, I'm being chased. I need to get out of here. What should I do, right? You know, panic thinking, making split decisions, right? No, it's just, we just see it, but we don't hear or quote unquote feel it, right? I mean, it's must be some kind of a cohesion, more a balance, more, well, that's not really the right thing to say, but, you know, not balance, but it brings the dish together. Maybe I should say it like that. Yeah, some part of the missing ingredients, right? Like again, it's just feels a little bit empty. Why she's? I mean, there could be a dialogue here, so that she says, "I'm going to bring that bastard down," or something like that. You know, small little things make it more exciting for the reader, if you know what I mean. Where's the tire exploding sound effect, like psh, or blam or whatever? And you know, this is the part that I'm missing. I mean, this is good, but it would be nice if you hear the ping 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 ping. You know that it's bouncing off of this guy, or that doesn't faze him at all. Small little stuff, and that's probably my only gripe. I'm looking forward to the third one, and we're gonna see if it's actually good or not. You know, in the rest of the series, and has a big payoff or not. So guys, thank you for watching. Stick around, and I see you, of course, next time.